community. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Non-Classic. This is episode number 1906, Doubleshot number 1800. Yep, from 1800 Doubleshot. It's Green Arrow, Black Canary. That and of course a Batman trade. First up it is Green Arrow, Black Canary, Volume 4. This is known as Enemies List. This collects issues 15 to 20 of Green Arrow and Black Canary. Now we have a brand new writer of the book, Andrew Kreisberg, who ends up writing it for the remainder of the series. Yes, he takes over from Judd Winnick, who left after issue 14. Now, you probably think, okay, is he like does he stand there as a writer? Well, he stays in the writer up until issue 29, which we'll discuss more in the next video. This storyline here is noteworthy for one particular thing. We have debut of the character, Cupid. Yes, Cupid. Makes debut in issue 15. And she's massively in love with the Green Arrow. And the way he gets attention in this storyline, by issue 19, basically part 4 of the storyline, kill off some of those bad guys. But here's the thing. 3 of whom, at least 2 of them, have not been seen since 1980s. Yes. Who does she kill off, you might ask? Well, in issue 19, let's see, I think it was 18, was it? Okay, it was 18. Part 4 of the storyline. She kills off Big Game, who only appeared just in this issue here, and he says it was a former Green Arrow villain, but he never appeared part of the Death Eater. Yes. A character who looks like he's from, like, the Flesh Gang, but no. He actually previously appeared in pages of Detective Comics back in the 80s for 2 issues. Issues 541 to 542, and then he appears in this issue and he dies. There's also Slingshot, another Green Arrow villain, who made his first appearance back in World's Finest Comics, number 244. Yep, and he was there from 244, 246, 276, 282, 283. And his final appearance was also previous appearance also in the 80s, basically in 1982. I think in the case of the Death Dealer, his was 1984. So basically 2 years prior to that one. So this came out in 2009. Issue 18 did. So basically they have been seen in about 20, like in the case of Death Dealer, he had not been seen in 25 years. For Slingshot, it was 27 years. Vengeance, it was another minor Green Arrow villain who actually made his first appearance just after the debut of I think it was Death Dealer, wasn't it? Yeah, actually at the Slingshot, where first appearance 545, appears from 545, 548, 4 issues of seeing this guy, and then not seen again for 24 years, and then basically like, oh, let's just basically kill this guy off, and supposedly also come out breaking here, and then he shows up in Cry for Justice completely unscathed. Excuse me, yes. Interesting story for Andrew Kreisberg's run for the book. Now, of course, the character herself we brought to live action by Andrew Kreisberg in Arrow. Yes, Arrow. Now you're probably thinking, was, in fact, Cupid brought to life by Andrew Kreisberg in the show? And the answer is who wrote her debut episode? Was it Kreisberg? Nope, it was Eric Olson and Katie Zeus. I'm sure he probably requested that she brought it to the show because, and this is my personal theory, I think the reason why she was brought into the show was because and this is just my personal theory, because he probably wanted this character in the show, and so appear there. Yeah, Cupid herself would only appear mostly in the pages of Green Arrow, Black Canary, and you might be curious, did she appear in any other book besides this one? Well, she was mostly a recurring character in this book here, and then you might be thinking, okay, did she appear after this? Did she appear like in the reboot universe? Yes, she did. Kreisberg brought her in as part of his brief run for Green Arrow for 2 issues. Yep. And he also appeared in Let Them Live, Unpublished Tales from DC Vault. Yep. Where she appeared in a Green Arrow story for that one. That came out just like last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a story that features Green Arrow in it. Mm-hmm. I would not be surprised if DC decided to collect that into trade. That might be interesting. But who knows? They won't give him a frickin' ongoing series now. Yes, there will be a video about that. So don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one story. So it's a good start for the Green Arrow, Black Arrow under this writer. And I will continue reading more. In the next comic corner, I'll basically recap this run because I have the next trade, and I'm also read the final few issues of this run. This book's pretty good. This book a 9.5 out of 10. Oh, in case you're curious who's the artwork, it's Mike Norton, and she also the whole thing with the heart with the arrow, she did it to herself. Yep. Because she has this thing where she doesn't like Black Canary. She frequently tries to kill her the whole run. Alright, next up it is Batman, The Adventure Continues, Season 2. Like, wow, we have a bunch of extra content for this one. We first start out, basically, we have in the universe of DC Anime Universe, we have debut of the Court of Owls. And the first thing you do is kill Hamilton Hill. I should point out, though, in the real Comic continuity, the guy was actually corrupt. So, any kind of corruptness associated with him was moved on to a different character. And throughout the storyline, the whole thing with the Court of Owls, takes up the first few issues. Now, Talons themselves, it seems as though when it comes to debut of the Court of Owls in this continuity, it seems like it's a loose adaptation of the original storyline by Scott Snyder, except there's no massive amount of talent stacking the whole freaking city in one night for the Night of Owl storyline. Yes, and basically with Death of Hamilton Hill, his son takes over as the mayor for his term before he runs for re-election, which he does succeed doing that. And we also have this crooked official who Batman's got history with, which I've never seen before. He apparently is known for being very corrupt, and of course, basically, he doesn't like Batman. He also said it was M-Force, which basically was meant to take down Batman, which it failed. The group was suspended. Yes, so aside from we have debut here of the Court of Owls, and they explore a little bit of the back history, which is similar to how they do in the regular universe, which I appreciate the writers of these issues, which is Alan Byrne and Paul Dini. And of course, the artwork is still done by Ty Templeton, Rick Burns, and Jordan Gibson. Riley Ruspo does his cover artwork. Yep, that's Riley Ruspo. Now, I originally got this trade a while ago, but I decided not to read it just yet because I didn't read Season 1 yet. So I had returned to the library, and then once the library got Season 1, I took the book out right away. Yep. So aside from dealing with the Court of Owls, which by the way, they reveal that Hamilton Hill is actually alive and well. Also for the storyline, they decided to involve Deadman. Yeah, Deadman. A character who was not involved in the original story, but here he is. We also have Santana, which that's interesting. Yep. Nightwing appears in the story. In case you're curious, did the Nightwing encounter the Talons during his issues of Nightwing? Yes, he did. Yep. And somehow Hamilton Hill, the subject appearing old, is now de-aged. Yeah, and after the storyline, he's never seen again. He's still considered legally dead. So, I guess they already just wrote him off just to do something interesting. Yep. And they kind of do a small nod to the storyline. Basically, the very end where Batman defeats the Talons by freezing Mr. Freeze's gun. Yep. And then we have supposedly the first chronological appearance of the Huntress. The Huntress in DC Anime Universe made her first appearance in Justice League Unlimited. This probably is considered to be her first chronological appearance, due to, well, she is wearing her costume she wore on the show, and according to Tony Estino, he actually wore that attire prior to her appearance in DC Anime Universe. Yep. Plus, I love in the back where we have Batman on a rooftop. I'm also put just basically Batgirl meeting, well, Huntress the first time. Does this lead to this universe versus Birds of Prey? Not really, no. Oh, one thing that they do have a new villain called Discord. It just has to do with Black Canary. Yep. So interesting to know the fact they with that, and after they with the whole thing. Of course, they also out in these issues here. Red Day Montoya is 100% a lesbian because they have a girlfriend period of some of these issues. Yep. Maybe this guy called the Muscle. Who the heck this guy is never explained. It's almost like he's a stand-in for Bane, but it's not much as done with him. We don't know who the heck the guy is, per se. No, not really. Yep. Plus, you gotta love this cover here, which is a good nod to an old... the cover right here for that one, I think it's done by... They actually don't say, but... So, yeah, the whole thing with this guy. Yeah, and then, of course, basically, he tries to run for mayor. And he fails, because, basically, he tries to kill Barbara Gordon, which that basically cost him his election. Yep. And he got rammed to Arkham Asylum, which he remained. Yeah. This stuff here with Clayface. It's interesting to say the least. And we have a story called Window Shopping, features Mr. Freeze in his look from the new DC Anime Adventures. Yep. I don't mind this look per se. It's a good muscle look for him. It's a good Christmas issue. And there's also stuff here with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Stuff here is pretty good. I'm surprised it wouldn't be a season 3 for this one. This actually was pretty good. Give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Just really good here. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Particular review. Wouldn't have time to do one more video, but I gotta leave in about 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna save that video for later, and I'll be reviewing my final trailer I have here for Green and Black Canary. And I'm also reviewing some issues of the series, which I don't have the trade for, but I'm going to review it there. So I'm going to cap off reviewing Green or Black Canary with the next video. Yep. So yeah, that's a particular review. So see you soon later for the next Comic Corner and more Super Sentai. Okay.